students. I hope you are doing well. Yes, today we are here to continue from where we reached. That is, after we treated linear equations, it has become very expedient, very necessary for us to deal with simultaneous linear equations involving two variables. So simultaneous linear equations involving two variables, okay? Involving two variables, simultaneous equations. And in order to get enough space, this heading will very soon be clean and we'll be left with the simultaneous linear equation, simultaneous linear equations. It will be recalled that we said if you have something like, let's say 2x plus y is equal to 4. This is a linear equation because the maximum exponent here is 1. That is, here's 1, here's 1, the exponent. So we are talking about linear equation. And we said that if you see the highest exponent to be, let's say 2, that is a square, it means a quadratic. But now, we are talking about simultaneous equations involving two variables, okay? So simultaneous linear what? Equations. Simultaneous linear equations. And this is tutorial 1. So simultaneous equation, we are going to deal with the method of substitution and then the method of what? Elimination. That will constitute first tutorial. Then the second one will also be the word problem. So let's without wasting time, I think we have to start. So here we say method of what? Substitution. Method of substitution. What is the meaning of a substitute? If you want to substitute something, let's say a doctor instructs somebody not to eat sugar, then he may decide to eat glucose, which is also tasty like the sugar. Okay, something that could be used, even though it is not the same, could use to represent it. So here we are going to use method of substitution. So without wasting time, here this platform is more of problem solving. So we're going to start solving problems, about 6 problems here. After solving the problem, then I'll give you assignment with the answers against them. So when you work and you get the answer, because I may not be getting you to mark whether you are right or wrong, but I will attach the answer to them. That is 3 questions under the method of substitution after solving. So let us see the first one. That is A. It says you should find 2x plus 4y is equal to 14. I believe all of them have been projected, to your shot. So we also have x minus y is equal to 1. These are 2 equations. That is this and this. Each of them contains x and y, okay? Each of them contains variable x and y. So it will be very difficult for you to solve this problem when we give you only one equation. So the secret here is that if we have 2 variables, then for you to solve for the 2 variables, you have to give you 2 equations. If the variables are 3, then you are expected to get 3 equations, and so on and so forth. I hope you're getting the point. So the reason why we're giving you 2 equations is that the variables are 2. Okay. Now let's move on. So in solving it, okay, we shall label this as equation 1, equation what? 2. Then the question is, why are we using method of substitution? We can use method of elimination as well, but the reason why we are using method of substitution is that we want to make one of the variables a subject to the other, so that we put it into the other subject. So, and this method of substitution is used especially when some of the variables are standing alone. For example, look at this. We have 2 as a coefficient attaching to the x here, and then 4 as coefficient attaching the y. But when you come here, we have to look at it and see if there is any coefficient that is standing alone. Then you make it a subject. Okay. So here, x is standing alone, y is standing alone. But I can choose to say that x is equal to 1 plus y. This will give me equation 3. I'm repeating. X, I make X the subject, change of subject, shall come there. X is equal to 1, then the y crosses, it becomes what? Y plus, 1 plus y. So, now where did we form the equation 3 from? We formed the equation 3 here from equation 2. So since we formed it from equation 2, we are no more going to put it back into equation 2, but rather put it into what? Equation 1. So we say that putting 3 into 1, I'm repeating. Why are we putting 3 into 1? Because equation 3 was formed from equation 2. It is equation 2 that has been rearranged to get equation 3. So you don't put it inside there, you rather put it into equation 1. Why you didn't form it from? If that's the case, then we are, but what is the equation 1 we are going to write? We have 2x, okay, plus what? 4y is equal to 14. This is your equation 1. So this is where we are going to put the equation 2 to. Now watch here. You can see that we made x the subject, okay? We made x what? The subject of the relation, okay? As you do, you monitor the timing of the whole arrangement, okay? I'm saying that you have to what? Monitor the timing of the whole thing. So look at how the whole working is going, okay? So look at how we are going about it. So 3, you put equation 3 into what? Into equation 1. Why is equation 1? This is equation 1. What are you going to put there? You know, we made x the subject. Therefore, the one that you made subject, come and bracket it here. I'm repeating. We made x subject so that we put this there. Let's get this clear, because the moment you get this clear, the subsequent one we shall move a bit, faster. So we have made this subject. So whenever we see x, we are going to put this there. So we are going to get 2 into bracket. What is x? 1 plus y. Okay, this is representing x. Then plus 4y is equal to 14. Note that this is y which has been replaced here. So if you are not careful, you forget about this 4y. So make sure that it is in position. So now I think we can expand now. Now what are you seeing? You could see that we are left with only y as a variable. Right now the x has disappeared because right now it is only all y throughout, and we can solve it now. So we have 2 plus 2y, I'm opening this bracket, plus 4y is equal to 14. So now we want to group like terms. So here becomes what? 2y plus 4y is equal to 14 minus 2. Are you getting the point? Why is it minus 2? Because the 2 here is positive. When it crosses, it becomes minus. So we are having 6y is equal to 12. Okay? So how do you get y? So y is equal to 12 over 6. And that will give you what? 2. So the value of y is 2. I hope you're getting it. Look at how we started it. We made x the subject from this relation. Another person can also make y the subject. I made it x because of this negative. It will be easier for me. Okay. Then after getting this x, then I went back to put the x into equation 1. Where I didn't form the equation from. This is equation 1. So I bracketed the x that I've made the subject. This x, I bracketed it here. And then I replaced it by, because we are saying that if it is equal to that, then whenever we see x, we can put this expression there. So this is 2. And then this is x, we put this over there. Okay? Then this 4y is already there, 14 is already there. So I just open the bracket. This time this is 2. This time this is what? 2y plus this 4y, which is already there, is equal to 14. And rearranging, we said that when we were talking about linear equations, we said that we have this one contains y, this one also contains what? Y. So it is 2y plus 4y, okay, is equal to 14, which is behind the equality sign, minus 2. Why is it minus 2? Because here 2 was positive when the equality becomes plus. Now note that anytime you are solving simultaneous equations, after solving one, most candidates tend to forget about solving the other one. We are talking about x and y. Now we've gotten value for y. What about the x? So we say that we put what? Y is equal to 2 into any of the equations. So I can put it into equation 2, okay? Another person can put it in equation 1. Any of them we put, you get it correct. So what is the equation 2? Equation 2 is x minus y is equal to 1. Okay. Now we know y to be what? 2. So I'll be having x minus 2 is equal to 1, right? So x is equal to 1 plus 2, which is equal to 3. Therefore, the values are what? Y or x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2. That is A in your short. So, as we have finished, we are moving to the B. Okay. Still, we are on simultaneous equation involving two variables. This is method of what? Substitution. Why is it substitution? Because we substituted it into A. Exactly. Now let's look at another one. We have 7m minus 8n is equal to 9. Then 4m plus n is equal to negative 6. That is also in your short. They are all there. Right now we have projected all the questions and we are solving them one after the other. It is A up to F. Now, this is equation 1, this is equation 1, 2. Note that when you are solving simultaneous equation, it is not always that it's X and Y. There are certain students, when they see M and N, then they get confused because they think it's always X and Y. That is not the situation. Sometimes you may see different variables. But the bottom line is that we have M here, N here, M here, N here. So what are you going to do? Look at it carefully. You see that here there is a coefficient of 7 attaching to the M here. Coefficient of negative 8 attaching to this. This is already constant. Here there is 4m, 4 attaching to this. But this one is standing alone. So it will be very ideal we make it a subject from here. So look at what I'm going to do. So we say that, so from equation 2, so from what? 2, we say that n is equal to negative 6. Then this one also crosses there, becomes what? Minus 4m. This one gives you equation 3. Alright? This one gives you what? Equation 3. Now, after getting your equation 3, then you are going to put this equation 3 into what and why? In fact, it is not always that you have to put it in equation 1, depending on circumstance. If like you have formed it from equation 1, then you have put it into equation 2. Now, so right now, this is what you're having. N is equal to this. That will give you equation 3. Okay. So where are you going to put it? So we say that put what? Put 3 into 1. I'm repeating. It is not always that into 1. We are doing that because we formed it from here. So now let's see. Let's go. So, we are putting equation 1. So let's write the equation 1. We have 7m minus 8n is equal to 9. This is your equation 1. Okay, that we are going to put in. What are we going to put in? We are going to replace n. Therefore, we should go and then mark the n. We should put the n over there into bracket, indicating that that's where we are going to put the whole of this there. Okay, so here, because we have made n the subject, I have also bracketed n over here. Now let us put it inside. This 7m is already there, minus 8, then into bracket. What is n? Right now, what is n? N is negative 6 minus 4m. Is that right? Negative 6 minus 4m. That means, in place of this n, I have put this there. Okay? All equal to what? 9, don't forget. So now let's expand. 7m, this is minus 8 minus 6. That will give you what? Minus 8 minus 6 will give you what? It will give you positive what? 6, 8, 48, right? Then minus 8 times negative 4m will be what? Plus 32m. Okay? Is equal to 9. So now, doing our groupings, we are going to have 7m plus 32m is equal to 9 minus 48. So we are going to get 39m is equal to negative 39, right? So what happens? So, invariably we are going to get what? I'm saying that we have 39m is equal to negative 39. So m is equal to negative 39 over 39, and that is equal to negative 1. Okay. Now after doing that, then right now we know m, but we know that n is equal to, even the previous example, n is equal to what? Negative 6 minus 4m. We know the n already, so it's a matter of putting it inside. Okay. So we are having negative 6 minus 4m, and m is negative 1. So we are going to get negative 6 plus 4. That will be what? Negative 2. I'm repeating. I'm saying that we have solved for m to be negative 1. Okay. Now that we've gotten m to be equal to negative 1, then we just replace. Okay. We just replace it there, and then we got to right now we have this and that. Okay. How it's clear? Can we move to the C? We are moving to the C. It is up to F, and after the F, then the next will be what? Method of elimination. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see this. Now, C says x plus y is equal to 38. Then 2x minus 3y is equal to 18. So over here, this is equation 1. Okay, that is the C in your short. This is equation 1, equation 1, 2. What do you think we can form the equation 3 from? Here we are having x alone, here y alone, here we can form it from anywhere. So if I were you, I can form it from, I can say, okay, x is equal to 38 minus y. That will give me equation 3. 38 minus y is equal to equation 3. 38, that is x here, is equal to 38. Then this one crosses there. This one will give you equation 3. Now, why are we doing that? Because we want to eliminate x. Okay, you want to substitute by x. So where are we going to put it? So we are going to put 3 into what? Into 2. We are going to put equation 3 into 2. Why are we going to put it into equation 2? Because we formed it from equation 1. And note that as I am making x the subject here, as I am making x the subject here, okay, as I'm making x the subject here, the mic is on. Okay, let's see. As I'm making x the subject here, we are having, we are going to put it into equation 2. So what is equation 2? We have 2x minus 3y is equal to 18. Now, where are we going to substitute it? We are going to substitute it with what? With the where the x is. So we have 2 into brackets 38 minus y, okay, minus 3y is equal to what? 18. So 18 times 2 is what? I think 76 minus 2y minus 3y is equal to what? 18. So if we are to solve it, then we are going to get negative 2y minus 3y is equal to 18 minus 76. Okay, so 18 minus, let me see, 76, 18, which is 16. Here is 16, 6, 8, haka, 6, 2, 5. So here, so what are we getting? Let's see. It is what? What's the total figure? We are talking about, this is 76. Okay. So 18, 76, when we subtract the 18 from 8, let me first check the figures again. I want to be very, very sure of what we are doing. We have put 38 minus y here, okay? So 2x, that is 38 minus y. I'm getting a little bit lost. Okay, we are on equation 2. Sure, I've not gotten it. So equation 2, in place of x, we have put 38 minus y. Then minus 3y is equal to 18. Is that right? Now let's open the bracket systematically. 76. This is 76. Okay. Then 76 minus 2y, which is also correct. Then minus 3y is equal to 18. Okay, so when we come here, we are having negative 2, negative 2y minus what? 3y is equal to 18, 18 minus 76. So here, I'm saying that 16 here, so here remains 6 here. So it is 58, okay? So we have negative 5, what? Negative 5y is equal to 58. It's equal to 58. So now that we've gotten it to be 58, then if you want y, we do what? We just divide to 58 over negative 5. And when you work it out, you're going to get around, I think, 11 point something. And you do same for substitute for what? For the x. You put it in place and then you solve it as such. Okay? So the question was, it was what? 2x minus 3y is equal to 18. That is basically following the same procedure. Okay? So quickly, I'm just giving you the guide. Right now that I've given you the concept, let's move to the 4 straight away. We are still on method of what? Substitution. Okay? So so we have another one which is 2m plus n is equal to what? 58. The another one is what? M minus n is equal to what? Negative 1. So once again, I can make, there's a particular trick, but since I haven't taught you method of elimination, I cannot do the like. I'll just add up and then this negative, this and this will vanish. But I haven't reached that, so let's wait. So this is equation 1, equation 2, okay? So we have m is equal to negative 1 plus n. It's the same as m is equal to n minus 1. It's the same thing. This is equation 3. I'm repeating. You want to make m the subject. So m is here, then this one crosses. The negative 1 is already here, so this one becomes plus. But I've rearranged by bringing the plus n first and this one in the second position. So here we say that putting what? We put in what? 3 into where we didn't form it from. So putting 3 into equation 1, we are going to have what? 2m plus n is equal to 58, right? 2m plus n is equal to 58. So if that's the case, then whenever we see m, so here, you're going to have 2, you just bracket the m. And what is m? M is n minus 1, okay? Then plus n is equal to 58. So if you are to solve it, then we are going to have 2n minus 2 plus what? Plus n is equal to 58. So here, we are having 2n plus n is equal to 58 plus 2. Why is it plus 2? Because the 2 is negative, when it crosses, it becomes plus, okay? So we are having 3n is equal to 60. Of course, n is equal to 60 over 3, and that is equal to what? 20. After getting your 20, that's for the n. Then m is what? Negative 1 plus n. So negative 1 plus, what is the n? N is equal to 20. Therefore, we are getting 19. Okay, that is that. That is that, 19. Still on the method of what? Substitution. So, quickly let's see these two. This one we shall move faster a bit because we already gotten the information. So 5x, okay, plus 3y is equal to 20. Okay, which is the e. Then 3x plus y is equal to 6. Which are now going to make the subject? I think y is standing alone here. So I can say y is equal to 6 minus 3x. This will be equation 3, equation 2, equation 1. Okay? So we are going to put it into what? Put 3 into 1. Why? Because we formed it from equation 2. So the equation 1 is 5x plus 3y is equal to 20. I'm moving a bit faster because I've already explained to you in example 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one is just a cool chop. Okay. So now, what are we going to replace? We have made y subject here, therefore, you bracket y here, and then leave this one and put it there. That's all. So we have 5x plus 3. What is y? Y is 6 minus 3x. Okay. Then it's equal to what? 20. So what are we going to get? So we are having 5x, okay, plus 18 minus 9x is equal to 20. So here I'm having 5x minus 9x is equal to what? It's equal to 20 minus 18. So here I'm going to get negative 4x is equal to negative 2. Okay? Therefore, x is equal to negative 2 over negative 4, which is equal to half. So how do you get y? Y is equal to 6 minus 3 x, where x is what? Where x is half. Okay? So when you work it out, I think you're going to, you'll finally be getting, well, this is the same as 3 sorry, half of this is going to be 6 minus 1.5 or 1.5. Because you are multiplying 3 by that, and that will be 4.5 or 4.5 exactly. That will be 4.5. Let's look at the last example under the method of substitution, so that we pause there and then move to the method of elimination. This one is very straightforward, but it's a little bit trickish. Okay, so here, that's the f in your short. You have x plus y is equal to 0. Then x minus y is equal to negative 2. Watch here. I can solve without necessarily making anything subject. I can just add. Okay, I can just add. But because you're having that method of elimination, you may get confused. But if I add, I'll get here to be 2x plus 0. This when you add, it will go off. It's equal to negative 2. So 2x is equal to negative 2. And x is equal to negative 2 over 2, which is equal to negative 1. Okay. What I'm doing, if you reach method of substitution, you method of elimination, you understand it better. Okay. So that is your assignment for the. So we are going to pause here in a few minutes, and we'll be right back. But in your short, you could see that what you projected, you are having an assignment there with the answers against them, 3 assignments. Do them and then get it there. I will be right back, okay? I'll be right back. Then we'll start with the method of elimination. Thank you. I'll be right back. Okay. You're welcome. Once again, we are on, as part of our tutorial, we are on method of elimination, that is simultaneous linear equations, and we have method of elimination. In tutorial 1, we learned about the method of substitution. So now we are on method of what? Elimination. How do we eliminate? When there's something we want to eliminate it. We don't want to see his face. For substitute, we put it there to represent, but this one we eliminate it to him totally from the show. So this one also straight away we're going to solve for exercise 4 examples, and that is in your short method of elimination. So the A from your short, we have what? 4x plus 2y is equal to 6. Then 6x minus 3y is equal to 15. One will ask, why didn't you have started solving problem? Yes, I've started solving problem. In the course of solving the problem, then I will continue to reveal to you certain, mystery, certain aspect of this concept. Now, the question is, how are we going to solve this? This is equation 1, this is equation 2. Looking at this carefully, it is not like the method of substitution, whereby you saw that one of the variables is standing alone and you make subject. Here, all of them are packed. Here there is 4 here attaching to the x, 2 here attaching y, 6 here attaching x, and the -3 attaching y. So there is no way you can make it subject easily. Even though you can decide to make it a subject and then multiply through that one is workable, but you will suffer. So there is a simple way of doing that. Now watch here. Let me give you certain a scenario or certain explanation. Do you know that, let's say we have 2 houses or 2 households, and there is a very bad guy. We have 2 bad guys, one here, one there. What happens is that the bad guy in house A normally attacks the people in house B. Then the bad guy in house B also attack people in house A. That's how I put it. What am I talking about? You want to eliminate this x. We want to eliminate this x. So watch here. What we are going to do is that we are going to pick the coefficient of x in equation 2 to multiply through the whole of equation 1, and that will give us equation 3. I'm repeating. The coefficient of x here is what? Is 6. We are going to use it to multiply the whole of this. When we finish, then there will be counter. Okay. So here I'm going to have 6 into brackets. Equation 1 is what? 4x plus 2y is equal to 6. So this one, this what? 24x plus 12y. Remember that the 6 here is also affected. Don't multiply this and leave this one. That will be what? 36. And this will give us equation 3. I guess you are following the point. I use this 6 here to multiply here. Coefficient of x in equation 2 to multiply through the whole of equation 1. So this is the 6 here, this is equation 1, and we have multiplied and expanded. So there will be counter. The x here, the coefficient of x here is also going to multiply here. So that is also going to be what? 4. What is the 4? The 4 here is also going to multiply. And here is what? 6x, I'm talking about equation 2, minus 3y is equal to 15. Here also, let's see what will happen. This time, this is what? 24x, right? Minus 12y is equal to 60. This will give us equation 4. I guess you're getting the point. We want to eliminate x. So we took coefficient of x in equation 1 to 2 to multiply the whole of this. Then in the reverse, you multiply this. Okay? In most cases, the solution to 1 and 2, that one is slow down. But the 3 and 4 and other, since you've been able to grasp the concept, you move faster a bit. That is how it is. Now, I'm going to underline this. Now, what am I going to do? Carefully look at what has happened here. Here, right now. Let your attention be here. Here. This side. Here, equation 3 is what? 24x plus 12y is equal to 36. Then equation 4 is 24x minus 12y is equal to 60. What are you observing? Can't you see that after multiplying them, this and this have repeated themselves? 24x, 24x, they have repeated themselves. Even though coincidentally we are seeing 12y here, 12y here. One is positive, one is negative. So our concentration is here. Remember that if somebody can decide to eliminate y by taking coefficient here, which is -3 to multiply here. But don't go there. Right now, you focus on here first. If you understand before, we talk of that. Now, so we are going to do, so we say we are going to do what? Subtracting equation what? Subtracting equation what? 4 from 3. In fact, another person can decide to subtract 3 from 4. But 4 from 3, that means what is here? So here, the top here is what? 24x minus 24x. And it will be 0. So here is 0. Now let's come to this side. Already we have 12y, which is positive. Minus, remember that it is minus. This is already negative 12y. So minus negative 12y, that's the meaning. You are subtracting everything here. So this minus is coming before what is here. And actually here is negative 12y. So here it becomes 12y plus 12y. Okay? Because minus minus will turn to plus. And that's what we are having. So here becomes what? 24y Okay, this is why you have to be very careful. I'm saying that we have 12y here minus what is here. What is here is negative 12y. So minus turn to plus. So it end up getting 12 yam plus 12 yam. Let me use yam because it's y. Become 24y. And here, you know we are having 36 at the top. So we have 36 minus 60. That will equal to what? Negative 24. Have you seen that? Therefore, if I want y, I divide 2 both sides by 24. And y is equal to negative 1. Exactly. Y is equal to what? Negative 1. After getting my y is equal to negative 1, then I can put it into any of the equations. So put y is equal to negative 1 into, let me put it into equation 1, okay? For another person can put it here, anywhere you put it, once it is the equation within it, plus 2y is equal to 6. So wherever we see y here, we put the y, so we can have 4x plus 2 into bracket negative 1. Why is it negative 1? Because y is negative 1, which we have calculated, and it's equal to 6, which is this 6. So I'm having 4x minus 2 is equal to 6. Alright? So what is it? So 4x is equal to 6, then this 2 goes there, plus 2. So 4x is equal to 8, and x is equal to what? 2. Therefore, we are having y is equal to negative 1, x is equal to what? Positive what? 2. Okay. I hope you're following. Now for you to, we will be establishing more on that. So I'm moving to the B. We have a method of elimination. It is also in your short, projected in your short. Here we have projected all the A, B, C, D. Then your assignment is also there. The assignment, 3 assignments under that. If the answers are against them. So if you are getting it correct, you know. If you are getting it wrong too, you know it. Try and be practicing more. And tell your friend to subscribe to Calendarman TV. And I'm reminding you that I have a mathematics book. That's the practical core mathematics for senior high school. Okay? I will give the number, the contact number. You can also call that number and you get your copies. That is it. Okay? So let's see the B side. The B side. So we have what? The B, we have what? 4x plus 3y is equal to 36. Then 5x minus 2y is equal to 22. I've already told you that always in the first one we take our time, but in the subsequent ones our speed increases a little bit. So now, what did we say? So here, this we are eliminating x still. So this times this. Okay? So we are going to have what? This is equation 1, equation 2. So 5. Why 5? Because we want to eliminate x, so put the coefficient of 5x here. Then we are multiplying by equation what? Equation 1. So this 5 times 4x plus 3y is equal to 36, right? So let's look at this is what? 20x, okay? Plus 15y is equal to 180. Let me show you one trick. If anytime you multiply a number by 5, for example, I want to multiply 72 by 5. Just divide 72 by 2. You get what? 36, then you add 0. I'm repeating. Anytime you are multiplying a number by 5, okay, just divide that number by 2, then add 0 to it. So for example, I'm having, let's say 54 times 5. Half of 54 is what? 27, then I add 0 to it. It's very interesting. Okay, let's say I'm multiplying 5 by, this is just a token I'm giving to you. 16 times 5. What is half of 16? Half of 16 is what? 8, then I add 0. Okay. As you progress, you'll be getting more, okay? So now, let's see. We are now moving to the other side. 4 into bracket, this is just by the way. 5x, why is the 4? 4 is the coefficient of x in equation 1. We are multiplying by the equation 2. So 5x minus 2y is equal to 22, right? So once again, let us do our expansion. This time this is what? 20x minus 8y is equal to what? 88. So this is equation what? 3, equation 4. So once again, what are you observing? Haven't you seen that this and this, they are repeating themselves? So once automatically when you do that, they go off. So now look at, so here is 0, so don't waste your time there. But here, you know, I'm having 15y minus, what is there? Minus 8y. Don't be confused or don't be deceived by thinking of this negative. This negative is part of this 8y. So when you are subtracting, the actual mandatory minus is this, before what is here. So it will be minus minus. So that will be what? That will be 15y plus 8y. That's what you're going to get. So that will be what? 23y. Okay, it will turn to 23y. If you were to be positive, then we would have subtracted it. Let's say if you were to be positive, it would have 15y minus 8y. Because it's positive, but now that it is negative, it is negative, turning to positive. And here is what? I think 92. When you subtract. Okay. So if it is 92, then y is equal to what? 92 over 23. And that will give you 4. Okay. So y is equal to 4. After getting y is equal to 4, then we can put it anywhere to get our x. So here, I'm having what? 4x plus 3y is equal to 36. So we have 4x plus 3, and we now know y to be what? 4 is equal to 36. Okay, so 4x is equal to 12 is equal to 36. Oh, 12, 4x plus 12, sorry, is equal to 36. So 4x is equal to 36 over minus 12. So 4x is equal to what? 24, and x is equal to 6. Okay, x is equal to 6. So that is that about the b. Now let's see the c. Yeah, this one is a, b, c, d. Then after the d, then you add it and that one, and you see your assignment over there. Now c in your short, we have what? 3x. We are a method of what? Elimination. 3x plus 11y is equal to 1. This is equation 1. Then 2x plus 3y is equal to negative 8. This is equation 1. So once again, what do you do? 2, I hope you know it now. 2 is multiplying the whole of equation 2 plus 11y, okay, is equal to 1. That will turn to be what? 6x, okay, 6x plus 22y. Why 22y? You're multiplying it by that. Is equal to 2. And this one will be what? Equation 3. Then we are going to have 3, this 3 multiplying here. 2x plus 3y is equal to negative 8. Like 8. So this one also be what? 6x. So anytime you read and they don't repeat themselves, then you should know that there is something wrong somewhere. Okay. Plus 9y is equal to negative 24. This will give you equation 4. We are now going to subtract. So we are subtracting what? 4 from 3. So here, this one will go to 0. But here, when we go to the y side, we have 22y minus 9y. And that will be equal to what? 13y. Then what about the constant side? You know, we have 2 minus negative 24. This is where you have to be very, very careful. It becomes 2 plus 24. And that will be equal to what? Positive 26. So y is equal to 26 over 13. And it's equal to what? 2. After getting that, after getting it to be equal to 2, y to be equal to 2, Then I can put it into any of the equations to find my what? My x. So here I can say that I can say 3x plus 11y is equal to 1. And you know y to be what? You know y to be what? Y to be 2. So we have 3x plus 11 times 2 is equal to 1. So here becomes 3x plus 22 is equal to 1. So 3x is equal to 1 minus 22. Okay. So finally 3x is equal to negative 21. And x is equal to negative 21 over 3. That will be what? Negative 7. So we got y to be 2 and then x to be what? Negative 7. Okay. Y to be 2 and then this one is what? Negative what? 7. Is okay. Negative 7, not positive 7. So this is negative 7. Okay. Now let's look at the last one, which is the D, and after that then you see your assignment under it, and you will proceed and see how best you can handle the word problem, which is also another critical area. I'm urging you all, informing you to subscribe to Calendar Man TV, and enjoy more tutorials. Also, I'm reminding you that I have the Calendar Man series, a mathematics book. That one you can call a number. You can call a number which is 027 383 1010. When you call this number, this is one of my numbers. 027 383 1010. When you call me, you'll be able to get a copy of that book, and then you get it. That's the Calendar Man series. Okay, a mathematics book, a very powerful math book that will also be helping you. Okay, let's look at the D. The D is negative 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 32. Then 2x minus 3y is equal to 22. So now, I hope now you are getting, so we will not keep long. So 2, this is equation 1, equation 2, okay? So now we have 2 into bracket, negative 3x plus 4y is equal to negative 32. So if I'm to open the bracket, I'm going to have a negative 6x plus 8y, okay, is equal to what? Is equal to negative 64. Then let's multiply here also, negative 3 into bracket 2x minus 3y is equal to 22. What will this one also do? Here also we have negative 6x plus 9y is equal to negative 66. Now, this is equation 3, equation 4. So we subtract equation 4 from 3. When we subtract this one, this is negative. You know, we have negative 6x minus negative 6x. It will tend to be negative 6x plus 6x. If I have negative 2 plus 2 is equal to 0. Negative 30 plus 30 is equal to 0. So negative 6x plus 6x is equal to 0 when you sum them up. Now look here. What are we observing here? You know, we have 8y, okay? So the top is 8y, so we have what? 8y minus 9y, because negative y or negative 1y, that's the meaning. So here is negative 1y or negative y. Then the top is what? Negative 64 minus negative 66. Here, minus has occurred again. So anytime you see a minus here, then it will tend to minus. But one of them is that you are subtracting. That's why you are seeing this. And then this one is meaning that the negative is, the figure is very negative, so it becomes negative. You are mandating subtracting, and the negative sign, integral to the number itself. So here becomes negative 64 plus 66, and it will turn to positive 2. So here is what? 2. So y is equal to 2 over negative 1, and that will be what? Negative 2. Okay. Then you can substitute and then to get your what? Your x. So far, method of elimination, that is what you will be having. But I wanted to, I don't know the term that has been, but sometimes there's an aspect which I want you to look at quickly. That one, those involving fractions. That one, I'm just giving you a clue about it. And then when you get a clue, you can follow the same procedure and do it. Let me just put one or two on the board for you to see. For example, you can say solve for this plus y over 2 is equal to 13 as one equation. Then x plus y is equal to 21 as another equation. Over here, this one is purely linear equation and straight, but the first one, you have to transform it. So it will be, you multiply 2 by the LCM. What's the LCM? LCM is 6. So you have 6, 2x over 3, plus 6y over 2. I'm talking about here. Is equal to 6 times 13. When this one cancels, we get 4x plus this one cancels, we get what? 3y. You get 3 here. Is equal to 13 times 6. 13 times, is it 78? I think 78. 78. So what I'm trying to say is that I'm not going to actually solve for you, but what I'm saying is that when you see multiply that way, and you're going to get now the equation the equation 1 now is what? 4x plus 3y is equal to 78. Then x plus y is equal to 21. This is equation 1, equation 2. So all that I'm trying to say is that anytime you see fraction like that, multiply by the LCM, linearize it to get something of this form. Then this one I've already taught you about it. Make this subject and then substitute, and you'll be getting it. Okay. So here, that is how it is, and you can look at it in a variety of cases. On this note, I think the method of substitution, we are adding it. I'm not saying that's the end of it all, but make sure that you work more. Follow the concept, the principle, the way I'm going about it, and apply it to solve variety of past questions and others. I strongly believe that if this tutorial will not help you 100%, at least it will contribute to your success in mathematics, and you'll be getting the bit. We have a lot that it's coming on your way. So subscribe to Calendar Man TV and share to other people. Inform your friends about it. Don't be selfish. Tell them to be part of this very interesting experience, and it's going to help you a lot. Thank you very much.